Welcome back to TXT Track Time. In our Bus Big segment today, we will examine the emergence of a promising Jamaican male sprinter who might be able to help replenish Jamaica's depressing male senior ranks. Stick and stay with us, and when we get back, we will take a look at this young talent. And TXT Track Time family, please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue to bring you quality content. Welcome back, viewers. Today we will take a look at standout 2021 performer Bryan Levell. Who is Bryan Levell? And is he one possible hope to replenish male senior ranks in the coming years? Though little is currently known of Bryan Levell's origins, he appeared on the Jamaican athletic scene in 2020. He is a young and promising 17-year-old Edwin Allen High School student who was a top performer across several competitions in the 100 meters and 200 meters disciplines during the 2021 season. Before this breakout year, as a 16-year-old, he competed in the 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, and 400 meters hurdles events. Having refined his specialty to the 100 meters and 200 meters, he entered the 2021 season as a man on a mission to make a name for himself.
Indeed, Tam. But me wanna know, where did they? Where was this gem hiding all this while? Bryan definitely has the goods to be a world-class athlete, and he has great frontside running mechanics. Only 17, he burst onto the scene in 2021 as a contender for a placing in both events at the ISA Boys and Girls Championships. With a 10:94 seconds best time from the previous year, he decided to make the shorter sprints his focal point. He got off to a solid start back in February at the J3A's qualification meet, running 11.02 seconds. This was a strong sign that he was in the right place doing the right event. As we all know, an athlete's times are expected to get better as the season progresses, and with an 11:02 second start, that was a good indication that great things were to come, and he didn't disappoint. With only 2 runs under his belt, he charged into the ISA Boys and Girls Championships. He dropped an amazing 10.73 seconds in a hurricane minus 4.5 meters per second headwind, and he wasn't even going all out. A shake-up in the junior ranks was definitely on the cards. He held his own running 10.52 seconds for second in his semifinal, and if track fans weren't paying attention to him before, then they most certainly were doing so now, because as you know, champs is all about the school you rep. But he made it clear to everyone that he was definitely a contender for the top spot come the finals. Things didn't really go as planned, as nerves would play its part in his first major final, and he finished down the track in 5th place. But for us here at TXT Track Time, his placing at that moment didn't matter, because it meant for our small island JA, another future star was born. He definitely proved to us that he was a star in the making, because unlike many juniors, he decided to take things up a notch and hang with the big boys, and he showed us that he belonged. At the Jamaican Destiny Series, he lowered his PB to 10.21 seconds, looking easy, finishing first in his heat. And he wasn't even done with the seniors, because he turned up at the Jamaican Senior Trials to vie for a spot on the team to the Olympics. Running solid rounds against the best we have to offer in male sprinting at the moment, he made it all the way to the finals, where he finished 8th. He would have hoped for himself that he would have finished higher up on the list. However, what matters is that he is getting vital experience for the next time he steps on the track with the big guns. But for Bryan, all was not lost, because his times at the senior trials were enough for him to get a spot on the junior team heading to the World Under-20 Championships. Bryan looked good, and he was a shoo-in for a medal. However, in his semi-final, he false started and he knocked himself out of competition. Here at TXT Track Time, we were definitely looking for a medal from him. But unlike many of our juniors, this was a major year of first for him, and mentally, he wasn't prepared for where his body was taking him. However, in the coming seasons, we fully expect him to be ready when he steps to the line next time. Bryan ended his season on the ultimate high. He was part of Jamaica's record-setting 4x1 Under-20 World Championship team, running a blistering time of 38.61 seconds. The team finished second, walking away with the silver medal.
Okay, T, we are excited to see what is in store for Bryan Levell's future. But I want to pause for a moment and take a look at the bigger picture, because sometimes I get extremely trepidatious about the long-term success of our youth athletes. When I examine Bryan's progression and results, I think that he is in a good place, if managed correctly, to replenish the senior ranks in the next 2 to 3 years. However, I presume that his success will be contingent on 2 factors working cohesively: not overworking his body and having a development plan in place. TXT Track Time family, we all know that Elaine was never a standout performer at Champs. She credits not overworking her body in her formative years with having the ability to do so well now. So Bryan is good in that department. He is not race weary as other elite youth competitors. Now onto the topic of development. TXT Track Time was pleased to see that in recent years, the J3As have stepped up and decided to pay our active senior athletes a stipend to assist with their livelihood while they train. But more can be done, especially when it comes to developing our junior and youth athletes. If our up-and-coming athletes don't have the correct diet, how can they thrive? From personal experience, as a mother of a 14-year-old high school athlete, it's quite costly to provide the adequate nutrition which is required to enable his success. Looking back at when the phenomenal talent of young Usain Bolt was recognized, the then Prime Minister P.J. Patterson whisked him away to Kingston, and he was given special treatment as far as mentors, coaches, and physical therapists, etc. was concerned under the guidance of the J3As. Bolt's success was guaranteed. This needs to be normalized for all promising young Jamaican athletes. Many countries such as the UK and Kenya, to name 2, have programs in place to ensure the continuity of the sport. Just recently, Team Jamaica's technical director, David Riley, says the country medaling across multiple disciplines at the World Under-20 Championships in Nairobi, Kenya, signals a new level of maturity in the local track and field program. However, similarly to TXT Track Time, he thinks that for young emerging talent to better make the transition into the senior ranks, there needs to be a system in place to provide professional guidance and mentorship. Riley says that many junior athletes do not transition into top senior professionals who perform at the global level because of stagnation in performance or their inability to meet the long-term financial demands of making it on the professional circuit. This should be a deliberate and systematic program, Riley told the Gleaner. Guidance and mentorship come from things being in place, and individuals are assisted, taught, and influenced. Riley says that the failed transition is usually a result of individuals exiting the sport or because there is little or no improvement in their performance, which would affect their ability to earn sufficiently to keep themselves going.
So TXT Track Time fam, Bryan definitely looks like he is one that can make it to the next level. However, more needs to be done to support our up-and-coming athletes so that they may get a chance to realize their dreams. The sad reality is that we need money to survive, and most dreams are crushed because of the lack of adequate funding. We as a country have so much expectations, but do little to nothing to provide actual support to our athletes. Guys, tell us your thoughts in the comment section below. We're eager to hear what you think. As always, continue to support us by watching another video. I'm your girl T.
And I'm your girl Tam. We'll catch you in another one.